Please watch this scene.
Outward sign of an inward commitment. Jack! It's also like taking the witness stand to declare the truth of the gospel to all who are present. They're coming. Jack!
Only one way, Tommy. You have to make a choice. Jack did, Allison did, and I think they made the right one. The choice is ours, Tommy. Always has been.
Listen, don't go.
I choose God, Tommy. You should too.
I'm going to pause this for just a minute, guys. I'm going to show you something tonight that is so far beyond the human brain. It's going to be coming up halfway through this video. The Lord has given me the most beyond the human brain absolute proof of what I've been telling you in the scriptures. There's male versus female energy. The end of the Bible, the end of the world, it's called the time of the female rival, the time of trouble mentioned in Daniel 12. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show you everything. You've got to see this. I'm showing you this clip from the remaining right now because I want you to understand there's a time coming. It's right in front of us. It's rolling out right now in the LA fires. And this has been seen not just in LA fires, but it's been seen around the country in other countries as well. It looks like shadows moving through the clouds, moving through the fires. And I wanted to show you this clip from a movie called The Remaining because it's the same. They have the same exact look, the shadows going through. And it's the arrival of like entities from the pit. And I'm going to show you the same thing at the Travis Scott concert. There was like this shadowy demonic thing jumping into the crowd. But you can see it now in the LA fires. You can see it in other countries. I think I saw it maybe in Bolivia and a couple other videos I've seen that I incorporated into videos I've already shown you guys. Remember, it moves like a shadow, and they're like, what is it? And it's kind of like a cloud, but it's moving, and it's very shadowy and very sentient. Okay, then I'm going to show you, this is so unbelievable, the reason Barack Obama has a fang on his forehead in his presidential portrait, and the fang becomes a sperm, and it's the fang of a serpent. Y'all are not going to believe just the perfection in the data you're going to get to see. So I've got about 20 minutes of video to play for you guys from that, and I'm going to show you a couple trailers. So just ready, let's go. Let's do it. Okay, so the remaining, they have to make a choice. And this is like one of the ending scenes, but pay attention to the entities that are there to cause fear and cause everybody to be terrified. And that's the shadowy figures that are looking quite the same as what we're seeing in the LA fires and in other countries that are sending videos of stuff that's in the skies and in the heavens. Okay, here we go.
There's only one way, Tommy. You have to make a choice. Jack did, Allison did, and I think they made the right one. The choice is ours, Tommy. Always has been.
Listen, don't go.
I choose God, Tommy. You should too.
Okay, so look up here coming out of the clouds. Okay, so things like this, there have been quite a few videos that have come out, different countries here in the U.S., here in the fires, and from different parts of the world that emulate this. Not as obviously not as thick and not as tumultuous, but we've seen the same manifestation, I think is a good word. So I'm going to skip all the dramatic part. I'm going to go to the Travis Scott concert. Maybe y'all remember this. Let's see if I can enlarge this. This is a very strange looking. Okay, this was at a Travis Scott concert. A lot of people actually got killed at this concert. Several people died. Now you're going to see right in here, just where I'm doing my cursor. Just keep an eye on that.
Oh, what the was that? What? Wait.
Right there.
Look at this. Look at this. Bro, it has arms. Look, it has arms.
Okay,
Look
so what I'll do is I'll slow it down once. Let's see, we'll go to about here, this about 15. Okay, I'm going to slow it down. Okay, so right about here we go. Okay, right here, see right here.
Look.
So you can see like head, arms, torso, body, but it's like a spiritual essence that's moving. Like
It has arms.
here we go. So look right here, see like two arms.
Look at. You
See right here.
See the arms?
Okay, and you can see it just kind of dissipating as it goes.
And look at
See.
this lines in the crowd.
And then
And goes through like. Look at this. Look at this.
there it is.
Look at this.
There it is. See it?
Look at this. Look at this.
Okay, now.
Oh,
Okay, so that's very compelling. And now what's even more compelling right now is that this is happening around the world, this kind of manifestation. It's happening a lot in the LA fires. A firefighter, a fireman in LA apparently died for 9 minutes, and he said he he went through these layers. He said it was like going through layers of time and then was before the Lord. And the way he described it is exactly what I felt the night I met the Lord. I mean, the way he described being before the Lord is exactly what I felt when I met the Lord. I mean, he was around me, through me, and in me all at the same time. I mean, he was all encompassing. And the way this guy described it was unbelievable. And he said that he was in this is in our folders. So if you want to go watch his whole testimony, it's the firefighter from LA that died for 9 minutes. And he said when he was standing in the presence of the Lord, he said, you have to go back and warn them. The fire is not what they think it is. It's demonic entities that feed off the fear and the anger of the population. And what's fascinating is that same thing you just saw in the Travis Scott concert, you're seeing that in the LA fires. I've seen that. So, and then also these fireballs that are moving around that are like sentient, really, really fascinating. But that's not what I'm here to show you tonight. What I'm here to show you is the male and female entities that are at war within the host body system. The Lord's let me prove it now. When I get to the point of this video where it's time to just drop the bomb on you, I'll let you know. I'll say, this is it. Here's the bomb, guys. Okay, so keep watching. Here we go. Let's go. One more time. So there it is. See that? Very, very compelling. Okay, and at that concert, several people died, and the whole stage represented the pit being open. That's what the Travis Scott concert like represented. It was like a dimensional opening. Go look at the stage for the concert and go look at the entity that flew over like a portal was opening and a dragon flew out. A dragon of fire flew out. Just go look at it. Go look it up on YouTube. It was unbelievable. And several people died during that concert. Okay. Now, I'm going to play you a video that Zach and I stitched together. When the Lord revealed this in the last 24 hours, my jaw just about came off my face. I started jumping for joy. I freaked out, and I realized the purpose for which I was called has absolutely been accomplished. And the Lord showed me it has. What I was supposed to reveal to you and to the world, you'll see for sure in this video, and you'll know for sure that it's been revealed to you. Okay, and the meaning of the crosses at Calvary, the meaning of your life, the meaning of who we are, where we come from, what life is all about, it's all going to be in here. So just keep watching, please. I got the greatest gift for you there is. The truth and understanding it. Before we start, I want to show you Proverbs 5. For the lips of a strange woman, it means to be a foreigner, profane, to commit adultery, to come from another man and another place. So, a strange woman, it means to come from another man and another place. And when I show you what it means, because guys, the whole world has been a drag show. I'm going to prove it. That's why all this gender stuff going on. That's why LGBTQ wants rights like they're a race, like they're black or they're Hispanic or they're some race. Like everyone's racist against LGBTQ. Well, how can you be racist about something where it only has to do with their sexual orientation? So if you have a penis and you're heterosexual, then your penis hooks up with a vagina. Okay, that's just the way it is. If you're homosexual, then it's not the same. Okay, your genitalia are being used in different ways depending on whether or not you're heterosexual. Then you're drawn to your opposite sex, male and female, and then your genitals interact in a certain way. If you're homosexual, you're attracted to your own gender, so your own gender is what you're attracted to, and then again your genitals interact in a certain way. I'm just being blunt. But is that a race? Is that a race? I mean, to call someone that you are racist, if you're like, well, no, that's actually a lifestyle. But you know what's crazy? I'm going to show you it is a race. It is absolutely a race. It is actually the only other race, because there's male from heaven and there's female from the pit. And female from the pit started the host body system through parthenogenesis, which is an asexual form of reproduction. That's why the Vatican is a snake birthing another snake. And the way that happens is an archetype, the first one, the female, she is able to self-fertilize and create another one of herself. And then that one is able to self-fertilize. And then you create a little population of females, and then those give birth to some males. Then all of a sudden, they start giving birth to some males. Then the males start commingling as an inbred race with their own sisters and mother. That's why the ancient Babylonian religion is ancestral, Nimrod and Semiramis. In 1 Samuel, in 1 Samuel 11, 1 Samuel 11, it says, then Nahash, which is a woman, Nahash, look at the name Nahash. Nahash, it says, the same as Nakash. Y'all know what Nakash is? Oh my God. Nakash is a serpent, a snake. And then it also means the same thing as Genesis, to whisper a magic spell, to hiss, to whisper a magic spell, to learn by experience, carnal knowledge. Okay, so Nahash, which is a female, and it also means a serpent, the Ammonite. So this is the race or the tribe. So the tribe she is Ammonite. I'm sorry, this is Ammonite. And Ammonite means inbred. So the serpent, the inbred race came up. Allah ascended up. Think of a race of beings arising up out of the pit. And they encamped. It means to pitch a tent. Think of a host body system for abode of or siege against God's angels. And they pitched a tent against Jeb's Gilead. And all the men of Jabez said unto Nahash, they said to Nahash, make a covenant, a passing between pieces of flesh. Think of sexual, two different races commingling. Make a covenant and we will serve you. You will enslave us like God's children brought into bondage with the Egyptians. And this condition I will make and Nahash the Ammonite, so the serpent, the inbred race, said, on this condition I will make a covenant with you that I may thrust out to pierce your right eye. That's why all these movie stars cover their right eye, because they're the serpent race. They cover the right eye because they're like, we're the serpent race, and this is the covenant, that we thrust out your right eye and lay it for a reproach, a disgrace, because it makes you naked, as to expose, as if by stripping, makes you naked upon all of Israel. Okay, so see, that race of beings, the serpent race, they see us and they hunt us through the host body system. But now I'm going to flip the script on them. Oh, wow. Look at this. Very interesting. Okay, guys, I'm going to pause this. All right, how crazy was that? Did y'all see that just happen? I'm just getting back in here. Right when I said I'm going to flip the script on them, our power went out in our entire house. Not the neighbor's house, not that neighbor's house. Nobody's power went out except for ours. That's why I have all these glow sticks, because we're ready for situations like that when the power goes out. And it just happened to go out right when I said I'm going to flip the script on them. Did you see the power outage during the video? Do you think that's insane? I think it's insane. I just got through dealing with it. So let's continue. Y'all ready? Okay. In the presidential portrait of Barack Obama, the whole thing makes the head of a serpent. On Barack Obama's forehead, there's a fang of a serpent, and that fang becomes a sperm. Then there's another sperm up by his eyebrow, and his forehead, where his hairline meets his face, turns into another serpent eating a smaller sperm. Let me tell you what that is. That is the female race, the serpent race, consuming the angelic race, the sheep race. I'll say it again. It's the serpent race consuming the sheep race. The Vatican is a serpent, it's eating a sheep. Downtown Grand Junction, it shows a girl hugging a guy statue, it's a serpent eating a sheep. My wife gave me a card, it's two girls sitting in a tree, it's really a serpent eating a sheep. A guy came up to me and said, hey Johnny, Juanito, yo lo hago para ti. Marcel gave me a drawing he did of me on a piece of wood. It's a serpent eating a sheep. Alex at Starbucks said, hey, I drew a picture of you, Johnny. It's a serpent eating a sheep. Okay. A serpent race is hunting the sheep race. It's female energy hunting male energy within the system. Here's what the Lord showed me last night. Did y'all know that there's two different races that they've discovered that are in sperm. Did you know that? Did you know that there's actually 2 different races in sperm? Because the male sperm determines the sex of a child. You would never think of gender as a race, would you? Now you know what's going on with the entire world. That's what's going on. Female energy is a race of beings. Male energy is an angelic race. Female energy is a demonic race. And they are within the host body system. That's why they're taking over the host body system. That's why LGBTQ 2S, 2 Spirit, demands special rights. You don't get special rights just because what you do with your genitalia. That doesn't make any sense. That's just something you do in a sexual way. But see, here's the thing. Black, Hispanic, whatever, a different race, if you're some other race and you're here in the U.S. and there's a population that far exceeds your race, well, then you should be given the same opportunities as the population if it's mainly white, and you meet the same criteria as a white person for a job. You should have the same opportunity to get the job. I believe in that. But because you're LGBTQ 2S, 2 Spirit, lesbian, gay, transsexual, what does that have to do with race? That's what you do with your genitals. Isn't it crazy? That's what the only other race really is. There's male race and female race. Did you know that in sperm, did you know in semen there's not just one sperm? Did you know there's a male sperm and there's a female sperm? Did y'all know that? Did y'all? I took college biology, and I know the male determines the sex of the child, but I always thought every sperm was XY. Not that there was one swimming that's X and one swimming that's Y, or one that's female and one that's male. I just about fell out of my chair last night when the Lord gave this to me. Did you see what happened when I just told you I'm about to flip the script on them and make them completely naked? The power went out in my entire house. It's 11:44 at night. Right when I said those words. Okay, let's keep going. You ready? I'm going to play you the video Zach and I stitched together. Let's do it right now before anything else happens. Okay, so Nahash, it's the name of a woman, but Nahash means the serpent, a snake, a serpent. To whisper a magic spell, the Ammonite, the serpent, the inbred race that may make a covenant with us, like cutting between 2 pieces of flesh. Think about 2 races that commingled, and we'll thrust out your right eye, and you'll be naked, and we'll see you. We'll see you as naked. There you go. Ready? Let's do this. Another man from another place. So sometimes, guys, you just have to start. Okay, I mean, I don't know where to start with this because it's so profound. It is the meaning of life. It is the understanding of who you are, your existence. I'm not joking. I'm looking right at you. What you're going to see here and what you're going to be able to understand and take away from this is beyond the human brain. The Bible says, my people die from lack of knowledge. And so I'm going to try and fill you in on some things. Let's start over here real quick. Let's just start nonchalantly let's make a record of this like we're going into court. Okay, so we need all our pieces and our little things we can refer to during the court case. So let's go right here. I'm going to show you on my computer screen. So the Statue of Liberty right here is on top of an 11-pointed star called a hendecagram. On the back side of her back here, there are going to be 2 triangles facing that way, but down here where she's facing, there's only one big triangle. Okay, right here is Baphomet, and Baphomet is hovering over the same exact star. If you look right here, you'll see those 2 triangles, one there and one there. And as this one goes this way and this one goes this way, they join up. So one goes this way, one goes this way. The red going right here this direction is this yellow triangle going this way. That yellow triangle going blue that way. They both end up here, and you see how that's like an upside down V, 2 upside down V's?
As they go opposite directions and they come to the bottom, that turns into a singular V from a double V, and that is the end of the cycle for the species. The serpent race has redoubled itself in the flesh. Now, those of us that are born again believers, we've been redoubled in spirit. That's what everything is about. You have to be born again because you have a superhuman angel, demon, spirit inside of you, Ephesians 2, when you walk according to the prince of the power of the air. So you see that red triangle pointing up? That represents the angelic spirit that points up. The blue represents the demonic spirit that goes down. One's from heaven, one's from the pit. The star in the middle, that's you. That's your angelic, that's your soul, that's your angelic essence from the Lord God, and that's the goal. And what they want to do is they want to turn that thing upside down, because then it becomes the house for their new race, like the locust race taking over the entire human race. So I just want you guys to see this part first. Let's make that part of the court record so y'all understand this is called the Kelipot. In Jewish Kabbalistic cosmology, that symbol right there is called the Kelipot, and what it means is a peel, a husk, a shell. It is inherently evil. So the statue of liberty that you took on your host body is inherently evil. And don't forget, here's Baphomet, male and female. It is inherently evil. The peel, the husk, or the shell is inherently evil, housing the essence of holiness, which is that star in the dead center. That's your angelic essence, your soul. And so then the triangle going up that's red is one eye going up to heaven. The triangle going down is the other eye going to the pit. So there's two different groups that are meeting within this battlefield, which is you. You're the host body system. You are the battlefield. Okay, so now
I want to show you very quickly Nahash, the Ammonite. Uh-oh, here we go. Okay, had a little bump, but let me show you something. Nahash, the Ammonite. Look at this is the actual painting of the Virgin they carry around in the Vatican that they literally prayed to this painting. Look at the eye. See, the eye is shut. The other eye is open. Nahash, the Ammonite. The female inbred race. That's why the Virgin is the serpent race. Here is Lady Gaga. She's the one that wears her serpent dress with the bug on it. And look how she's putting that over her eye. Nahash, the Ammonite, the serpent race, inbred race. They're the line of Cain. They are of the evil one. So they identify themselves. That's why people come up and draw pictures of me with the dead sheep on my face. Why in the hell would someone say, hey, I drew a picture of you? Why? Because they're the serpent race, inbred race, and they're like, hey, how's it going, man? I drew a picture of you. Knowing that most of us are asleep, and see, they know we're naked, and they're like, hey, how's it going? And they're serial killers hunting us. Do you understand? That's why in this video I'm going to show you what the Lord showed me. There's a male and a female sperm. Did you know that? Did you know the male sperm, a male sperm and a female sperm? Did you know that? I always, even with college biology, thought that every sperm was XY. Not the case. Unbelievable. Watch. Okay, let's keep going. There's a male sperm and there's a female sperm. That's why the male of the species determines, the gender of the child. Think about it. Why do you think Obama's got a fang on his forehead that's the fang of a serpent, and it's a sperm? He's the head of the serpent race. And then his hairline becomes a serpent eating a smaller sperm, the sheep race. Why do you think Obama's head is a T-Rex crapping out the tongue of his sheep? Because the serpent race, it's reptilian. They've eaten the sheep and he's crapping it out like we're done with the sheep. Do you get it? Do you understand how serious this is? Do you understand that I'm sitting here showing it to you, and I've shown it to you before? That's why Michelle Obama is Michael, and he is an incarnation of male and female. That's the new race of beings. It is the serpent race, the race within a race. They were the race within the host body system, the sheep, and they consumed all the sheep, and they want all the sheep out of the system now. No Jesus, no self-existent eternal Jehovah, but they're going to self-implode now, and they're going to destroy each other. The entire world's going to destroy itself now, and the Lord's going to take those that he bought back and leave. Here it comes, guys. Watch. Now you know the reason why. Why would someone draw a picture of me with the dead sheep? This is a serpent eating me right here. There's the eye of the serpent. There's the nose of the serpent. There's the open jaw. There's the jaw is open, and here's the underneath the neck of the serpent, and it's eating the sheep that's on my neck. I mean, that's insane. Look at this. Look how insane this is, that I can see it. Oh my God. And then the serpent's bottom jaw right here shows it fully covering the sheep right there. Unbelievable. Okay, back to this. Here we go. Let me just X this out. Here we go. Let's go.
Essence of holiness, which is that star in the dead center. That's your angelic essence, your soul. And so then the triangle going up that's red is one eye going up to heaven. The triangle going down is the other eye going to the pit. So there's two different groups that are meeting within this battlefield, which is you. You're the host body system. You are the battlefield. Okay, so now we're going to go and we're going to start showing you just what got revealed here in the last, Zach, 24, 48 hours max?
Yeah.
This puts everything together in a way, guys. It's like, oh my God, what have I been telling you guys? The future is female. They have these movements going that the future is female. There is this gender confusion in the world. You know, DEI, you have to hire someone because they're gay or they're bisexual, they're trans. But they say you're a racist if you don't do it. Now check this out. Just think about this for one sec. Racist. Well, if someone's black or someone's Asian or any other race and they're competing for a job, you know, for maybe a city manager, architecture, whatever, and there's only one position, well, if there's only one black guy, one Asian guy, and maybe 5 white guys that are in there, but the policy or the whole town is all about, well, it's white people, they're going to lean to want to put a white person in there. I'm from Germany, but I'm calling myself white. So the point is, in order to not have them just put who they want being white into that position, they should have some, like regulations where, you've got a black guy and an Asian guy that's got the identical qualifications as the 5 white guys. Well, you can't just put your boys in there. That's not right. You know what I mean? So I think we all understand that. I think you'd be a very bigoted person to say, well, because of, the different gaps in society, you shouldn't try and fill that gap. I think you should. However, now, let's talk about, but what about, like Biden's guy that was the nuclear guy? You know who I'm talking about? The guy that shaved head that was stealing luggage at airports so he could steal women's clothes. This is a guy that's working for the federal government that you're paying for, and he was hired because he was like gay, transgender, and he wore dresses and crazy lipstick, had his head shaved, and he was part of that hiring, and that's what's been pushed upon society, as well as it's okay to cut your little kid's penis and testicles off if he thinks he's a girl and he's only in 3rd grade. I mean, y'all know that's crazy, right? That's insane. A 3rd grader doesn't know what he wants for lunch, much less what gender he is. And if he's like growing, he may be seeing different things, but you can't do that. You can't cut off little girls' breasts. Okay, here's my point. They say it's racist. The LGBTQ2S, that stands for 2 spirits, by the way. LGBTQ2S, 2 spirits. They say that's racist. How is it racist? Racist has to do with the race you are, like you're black or you're white or you're Asian or you're some Puerto Rican, whatever. You're some race. and you're not getting what you should based on what everybody else gets. But what is, and I'm just going to be blunt, where you put your genitals, because ultimately that's what it boils down to. I mean, if you're heterosexual, well, then genitalia, is with you and a female, but if you're something else, I mean, whatever, it's a little awkward, right? So does that make you a different race? So that's basing race on what you do with your genitals? I mean, just back engineer it. Or your psyche. Well, there's all these guys that are mad because you won't call them a girl. And they're like, that is racist. How dare you won't call me ma'am or this? And, people are like, well, you look like a guy. And they freak out. I'm here to tell you, they're right. I know you. Let's go. My Kleck's lost his mind. Wait till you see what I'm going to show you today. I mean, what you're going to see is so mind-boggling. It's so perfect, and it will make sense of the entire damn world. Like, everything based on this gender thing doesn't make any sense. It's like they act like gender is, a special race, and that you've been, poorly treated because you're this race. But it's not about blacks or, that, have had, not the opportunities, maybe whites, and it's not about that at all anymore. It's about gender. And now you're going to understand why. Okay, pause it while we get this ready. Okay, so here's what I want to establish, like the court of law. Okay, so in the Vatican, the whole building is a serpent wearing a crown. And in the mouth of the serpent, when you go inside the building, is this huge...
I'm going to pause it. Hopefully this isn't attack number 3 to 5. Do y'all know that tonight I've lost an hour video? Do you know that tonight I can't get into details on how we have to do things. We literally have to have other protocols to make a video. We have problems with just our internet connections at the most obscure time. Our show notes servers go down during video production. I was filming this video and our power went out to the entire house. It could have knocked out everything we were doing. It knocked out our internet. Power went out. Wow. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
Pause it while we get this ready. Okay, so here's what I want to establish, like the court of law. Okay, so in the Vatican, the whole building is a serpent wearing a crown. And in the mouth of the serpent, when you go inside the building, is this huge dead sheep. Well, the dead sheep is a bunch of little boy angels coming in through the window, like light coming into the building. Like, think of a spark of God's holiness coming into the serpent, which is the box, which is the host body. And they're coming in, and then there's male and female reproductive systems, and male is right side up, and female is when you turn it upside down. So they're showing that they're in opposition to each other. Zach, show them just a couple pictures real quick. And so you'll see that male and female in the Vatican, one's right side up, one's upside down. So who do they worship? They worship the Virgin, and the Virgin represents parthenogenesis. Virgin Genesis. And that's because of asexual reproduction, where the serpent race is able to self-fertilize and create a working population ancestrally. So then you go to 1 Samuel 11:1, and Nahash the Ammonite, which means Nahash is the name of a woman, but it also means the serpent. Nakash, the serpent, the Ammonite, the inbred race, and we'll put all that in right now. Made like a covenant, a cutting between two pieces of flesh with the men of Jabes Gilead, and said, under this condition, we will strike out your right eye, that it may be a reproach to all of Israel. So they showed you in the Bible that there's a serpent race. Her name is Nahash, which is Nakash, the serpent, to whisper a magic spell. And then it says the Ammonite, the inbred race. So the serpent inbred race, which is exactly what Genesis 1 is made manifest right there for you to see. And it's a cutting between two pieces of flesh. So one eye is gouged out, one up, one down, one can't see. What's the one that can't see? The male in the system, the male energy. So now I'm going to show you that everything is about race. Male and female are the only two real races. Okay, you know, there's people with black skin, you know, Asian, different color skin, but the real race is the serpent race versus the sheep race, the female race versus the male race. And
Okay, here we go again. This is crazy. This is like being monitored live. This is insane. It's like we're being monitored live remotely, and when everything starts coming together, it's like all my equipment starts going out, programs start malfunctioning, power goes off in the house. I mean, we lose our internet, show notes go down. Don't let them know. It's so obvious. Why do you think the time of the female rival, the time of the end of the world in Daniel 12, the time of trouble, which says the tribulation, is the time of the female rival? Because she, the mother goddess, this is her turf, and we're in it. We're sojourners. We are aliens alongside, just like the Bible said. We're aliens alongside, within the Caliphate. Do you get? That's why you got to get converted back, and the way you see everything is you invert the world, and then you see that you're in their turf, and you're like, whoa, where am I? Yeah, so when you turn the world upside down, you see the truth. Then you realize who you are and where you're from. And then you're looking back at the other thing, and you can see it, and you're like, oh my God, why do you think the Vatican's a snake? Why do you think the Virgin's a dead freaking sheep when you turn it upside down? Because that's the Virgin, the serpent, killing the sheep. Who are the sheep? The angelic beings. Who's the serpent? The female energy. Okay, now guess what? The Lord showed me there's two different sperm. There's X sperm, like female sperm, a female sperm, and a male sperm. A female sperm, that's the serpent race. Male sperm, that's the Adamic race, the sheep race. It's like, oh my God. Now I can show you exactly what these were about. I told everybody I got kicked off YouTube. I told you there was RPTOR. RPTOR. You know what? Let me take these. Sorry, guys. There's RPTOR in these things. RPTOR. You know what RPTOR? It's a signal transduction, messenger RNA for signal transduction. You know, signal transduction between cells. What signal is your whole body and your essence listening to? You know what RPTOR is? It's short for raptor. You know what raptor is, don't you? Serpent race. Reptilian. Parthenogenesis race. Oh shit. Here we go. Ready? Just keep watching. They don't want you to see this, folks. They're coming. They're messing with it. Here we go. Keep watching.
All over ownership of the host body. Like, whose is it? And it's fascinating because two pieces of flesh. So one eye is gouged out, one up, one down, one can't see. What's the one that can't see? The male in the system, the male energy. So now I'm going to show you that everything is about race. Male and female are the only two real races. Okay, you know, there's people with black skin, you know, Asian, different color skin, but the real race is the serpent race versus the sheep race, the female race versus the male race, and it's all over ownership of the host body. Like, whose is it? And it's fascinating because at the end of a cycle, the female takes over, but in Isaiah, I think it's 27, it says, thou hast forgotten the latter end of it. Thou hast said, you know, there is none else, there is none beside me. Like the female entity, you know, the future is female. So the female entity is saying, there's none beside me, I am, and there is none else. Claiming to be, I am. And then he says, you have forgotten the latter end of it. And because you have trusted in your wickedness and said, nobody sees me, well, that's what the Lord used me for, was to strip her naked.
That's why, listen, that's why those John Cena is at the Oscar Awards saying the costume's the most important part. And he's walking out there naked. They're mocking us because they see us and they're hunting the shit out of us for all through time. Our souls are hunted by them. But now the Lord's letting me make her naked. Now her bow was made quite naked, and the Lord's let me strip her by turning everything upside down. See, and the way they destroyed us is by inverting us, and that's using the rock against us. That's why Cain, because this is being on the rock, knowing that there's a two-party system, one up, one down, and then knowing to turn back the other way to make yourself whole, to be one with Christ. They know that. Why do you think Cain and Abel, the twin system, when they were born, he gets up and kills him with a rock? A rock. Oh, shit. And I'm the guy the Lord sent to Chinati and gave 2 halves of the same rock. And I was with a girl named Eleuthera, which means licentious freedom, the night I got saved. And I walked through a door knowing I would die in order to know the truth. You can't make this stuff up, folks. If you don't believe my testimony now, you're nuts. I mean, look at what you're seeing. Watch. Here we go. Let's keep going.
Here she is. You see her? And then he says, you have forgotten the latter end of it. And because you have trusted in your wickedness and said, nobody sees me, well, that's what the Lord used me for, was to strip her naked. Here she is. You see her? And this is going to be the presentation. So we're just going to show her to you now. And I'm going to show you what the Lord did last night in order to, like, pop the lid on all this to be so conclusive. Okay. Okay. So here we go, guys. I want to show you something. So Zach's over here holding that light. And I want to show you guys, if I can get this thing to cooperate. I'm sorry. Let me zoom out a little bit.
I'm going to pause it for a second. Look what you're looking at. I put the eyes on the serpent being that's hiding inside a host body. So the serpent being is hiding inside a host body. So the host body is nothing more than a cloak for this serpent being. And the serpent being is impregnating the girl on her knees, creating a hybrid kid. The hybrid child, his eye right here, this eye right here is the other eye of the devil. There's the eye of the devil. There's his eyebrow. There's his other eye. There's his nose. There's his mouth. So the collective consciousness of the devil is us because we're a hybrid. The other part of our head is reptile. This being the eye right here. Right here is the eye of the reptile. It's like a baby lizard in the fetal position with the tail wrapped around. Do you get it, guys? Oh my God, this is crazy. Okay, it's so perfect. Look at this.
I want to show you guys the cumulative sum of the hieroglyph right here. Watch this. I put eyes in for you so you can see all the pertinent points with their eyes going.
Look at
There's
this.
the serpent being right there, and his eyes are glowing green, but that turns into Akhenaten. So he's hidden, he's cloaked inside Akhenaten. There he is. Okay, now there's the collective consciousness of the devil, and the eye, and I'm going to rotate this a little sideways. The devil's other eye is the eye of the child. Look at the 2 eyes and the nose and the mouth. Look at that in yellow. Now I'm going to show you the sheep. Let's see, got to zoom out a little more. There's the dead sheep right there with his tongue sticking out. Now, his nostril is actually the eye.
All right, got to do it again. Here we go. Got to go through my little protocol to try and deal with what's going on. Okay, hopefully this fixes it.
And just let your brain take you there. There's a serpent being.
Hang on one sec, guys.
In the mouth. Look at that in yellow. Now I'm going to show you the sheep. Let's see, got to zoom out a little more. There's the dead sheep right there with his tongue sticking out. Now his nostril is actually the eye of the reptilian that is hatching inside the head, but the sheep is dying. Look at the eye of that. Just look at the eye of that sheep and just let your brain take you there.
Right there.
That's a dead sheep, you guys. Same as the Vatican. That's a reptile, you guys. Same as the Vatican, same as Obama's portrait. Okay, there's a collective consciousness. There's a serpent being inside of a host body, cloaked, impregnating a girl on her knees. There is a guy in hell, trapped in hell. Let me zoom in on him. There is a guy profiled, trapped in hell, with the feet on the door. And now, Zach, you got to show him the whole thing's the female reproductive system right here. The whole thing is the female reproductive system, and the whole thing makes the face of the evil one. And Zach, plug in those photos for him right here. Okay, now watch this, guys. Now I'm going to go over here to the queen, the female, the sheep, and she's upside down. But let me show you the sheep's eye right there. Right there, the glowing eye, right there. See it lit up? That's the sheep that's upside down. Why is there an upside down sheep here? Isaiah said those who try and hide their plans, they turn everything upside down. Now let's go over to the serpent that's eating the child that's standing in the lap. You see the eye of the serpent right there? There's the eye of the serpent. See it shining? I'll zoom out. See the head of the serpent? That child is in the mouth of the serpent. In its legs, it become the serpent's body. The child's body becomes the head of the serpent. Now, look at this. It goes down to the pit. It says, the Bible says, the lips of a strange woman are as smooth as oil, and her feet go down to hell. There's a guy in hell. There's her feet. It's all the female reproduction system of a strange woman. And it says, actually, man, a different man. So this is a man that is a female. It's one race of beings. The serpent race is a
The serpent race is a man that is a female man. That's why there's a gender thing going on. In the image of Elohim created he him, but he's a female entity, female energy. Oh my God, watch this really quick. Hang on, guys, watch this. Let's see. Okay, y'all remember Scooby-Doo? Okay, watch. Scooby's best friend is Shaggy, but what always, if you've grown up in life and you're a guy, more than likely you've had a girl come between you and your best friend at some point. Happens all the time. It's like one of the things they're best at. Well, what if your best friend was Jesus? Now watch this. Watch this. Just watch. Mary Jane is a man in a mask. Let me show you just a quick little scene right here.
Like doggy.
Okay, check it out. That's really Mary Jane. That's really the host body system. The host body system is a man in a mask. The whole damn thing. Yes.
Yes! Yes! Man, oh man, are you alright? Oh, you were great.
You too.
What do we do? Like, what are you doing, man?
Raggy, Larry Rangers are right in the west.
Mary Jane is a man in a mask.
Scooby.
Dude, what are you doing, man?
See? Okay, anyway, thought that was very appropriate for the moment. Let's go back to our video. Here we go. Mary Jane's a man in a mask. The whole world's a man in a mask, and it's a female man in a mask. The whole world's a drag show, you guys. Here we go.
the female reproduction system of a strange woman. And it says, actually, head of the serpent. Now, look at this. It goes down to the pit. It says, the Bible says, the lips of a strange woman are as smooth as oil, and her feet go down to hell. There's a guy in hell. There's her feet. It's all the female reproduction system.
Her pedenda.
Woman. And it says,
so the whole thing's the female reproductive system. Her feet, her pedenda goes down to hell. The whole thing is the female reproductive system and the feet. And there's the guy trapped in hell. Let's keep going.
Actually, man, a different man. So this is a man that is a female. It's one race of being.
So check it out. So let me show you that. Let me show you in the Bible. Let me go to Proverbs 5. See, you couldn't solve this without knowing the Bible. The Lord had to show me this. The lips of a strange woman. See, to be a foreigner. Think of a puppet female that the angels were willing to go for, and of a strange woman, it says to be a foreigner. Think from the Sitra Achra, the other side. Profane. To come from another man or place. Strange woman. Get it? And then it says, her end is as bitter as wormwood. Her feet, her pedenda, which is her vagina, goes down to death. Her steps take hold on hell. Hades, or the world of the dead, its accessories and inmates. And the Pope opened up the Rabibi male and female prison complex with serpents, with the people's hands turning into serpents that are on the doors of the prison. Okay, let's keep going. I told you, it's all true. Everything's true. It's all been true. Here we go.
The serpent race is a race of beings that's female in nature, in energy. It's parthenogenesis. That's why they started the host body system, because the serpent race is able to self-fertilize and get it going. Then they use it as a trap to get the sheep. And here you go. That's the sheep that's dead inside the head. So the sheep are the angels that took the bait to take on her host body system, therefore becoming her slave, and then they are enslaved in her host body system. And all the while, the serpent right here, watch this. The serpent is destroying the sheep by basically, think about just being its own reflection. So when you're looking in the mirror, what you're really looking at is the combination of these two energies. A serpent race stealing the breath, the spirit of.
Okay, I'm going to do this again. Let's fix it. Not going to.
Stealing the breath, the spirit of the sheep race. And that's all going inside the head. That's no, your light's good down there. Actually, it's actually better. See, that's all going inside the head of the kid right there. That's the dead sheep, but then there's the reptile that's growing, and it not only is it a sheep, it's a reptile as well. And that's all the collective consciousness. There's the two eyes. I'm going to come back. That's Satan, and then that's the serpent race, and they're merely cloaked within the human host body. Now here's the part that's so crazy. When Nahash, the Ammonite, so Nahash, the serpent race, the inbred race. So the serpent race is a race, and the whole thing, Zach, again, female reproductive system. The whole thing is female reproductive system. That's what Lady Gaga is talking about. Her performance was about a new race of beings being birthed within the human race. And
Megan Thee Stallion crawling out of her egg right side up and upside down.
yeah, and
No, that was Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah, right here. Let's see. Megan Thee Stallion right here. The girl that I showed you the video where the guys are walking through the geisha house and the serpents are coming out of the paintings and pulling them in. And she's the beast rising up out of the sea, and she's in a pool of semen. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, guys. No one could even think this up. This is the mystery of your existence, of my existence, of your children's existence, of your parents' existence, of all of our existence. This is it. And here they are manifesting. Lady Gaga getting out of an egg. 3 days. Megan the Stallion, the serpent, right side up, upside down. Twin female, you guys. The serpent is a race. It's a female man.
Crawling out of her egg, right side up and upside down.
Yeah, and that about the egg and the rebirth. Look, so the egg and the rebirth is this kid's head. The whole thing is an egg. The whole thing is an egg. And there's a rebirthing of the serpent race within the whole host body system. Therefore, the conscious.
There's a rebirthing of the serpent race within the host body system. I don't know, man. It's crazy how much attacks I'm coming under tonight with equipment and stuff. Let me see if I can get this thing just. Let's see, guys. Let's see what happens.
Consciousness of Satan is taking over all the host body systems. So that means the future is turning female. The future is female because they've consumed the energy, and all these male energy is trapped in hell. And it's a prison complex of male and female energy. You know, like opening the old Red BB prison complex with male and female energy, and there just happened to be a snake on the door. Okay. We'll continue in just one moment. So we're going to establish this male and female thing. So the serpent, the Vatican, the upside down key that turned male upside down, that represents male being inverted. And then the serpent right there is the virgin, the female race, the serpent race, the parthenogenic race. Now, Zach's going to show you, y'all know that right there in the mouth of that serpent is a giant altar that's a big dead sheep. Now, those are God's angels. That's male energy from heaven. Now, I'm going to show you this real quick. This is this piece of wood, and I'm going to zero in on something. There's a dead sheep on top of my head. There's a goat on the back of my head. And then there's a serpent eating me. And I'm going to hand this to Zach. Okay, this is on the drawing. So Zach's going to plug all these in now. Zach's going to plug in every image that shows you what's going on in that image.
Okay.
That someone drew.
Okay, so these are images that people have drawn of me. This proves there's a serpent race hunting me. Who walks up and draws a picture of you? Well, Marcel walked up and drew that picture of me. He drew the same thing as a hieroglyph. That's 1300 BC. He drew the same thing as the Vatican. He drew the same thing as a statue in downtown Grand Junction. He drew the same thing as a card my wife gave me. Why is everybody giving Jonathan Kleck serpents eating sheep? Why? Well, I'm an angel and they're hunting me. But I got news for him. The hunter has become the hunted. You reap what you sow. The Lord showed me I stored you as an arrow in my quiver for the right time. It's kind of a cool testimony. It's so crazy supernatural. It's like I saved you as an arrow in my quiver for the right time. And now I'm being shot at my targets. Y'all are exposed now.
Of me that is identical to a hieroglyph that's 1300 BC. Okay, let's move that one. And oh, there we go. There's one that's
just look at that. Wait, let's go back. Let's look at that. Ready? Watch this.
That's 1300 BC. Okay, let's move that one.
Let's pause it. Okay, look. There's the nothing drawn on. There's the knot in the wood. There's the head of the sheep. There's a goat. I will judge between one sheep and another, separating the sheep from the goats. If you haven't been severed from them, you're in big trouble. I've been severed from them. I used not to be severed. When this picture was drawn of me, I was not severed from them. So I couldn't see, and he was mocking me by having my eyes closed. But you can see the sheep on top of my head and the goat. You can see it right over here. Just look. There it is. Look at my sideburn. Now it's a hoof. Good job. And there's a serpent with its tail wrapped around my neck, and it's upside down eating me. And he signed his name right here. The way he signed his name, he made a Mayan Indian, and then 3 pyramids. 1, 2, 3, representing those guys. 3, angel of the abyss. Okay, let's keep going.
And, oh, there we go. There's one that's drawn in. So check this out, guys. And Zach's going to show you all this real clean. There's the dead sheep, there's the goat, and there's a serpent eating me, and Zach will show you all that.
There it is.
Put it behind the next one. Okay, there's our Vatican. So here we're going to establish the male. So the female is the serpent, and they worship the Virgin. It's the female parthenogenic race because the female started the hose body system. So to them, that's who God is. And they're consuming angels. Well, the mouth of the serpent is a dead sheep representing male. Okay, now turn the page. Okay, now here is Alex. Hey, Johnny, I drew a picture of you. I said he would do it. And look, he put a dead sheep behind my ear. Well, check it out. Right behind me, right there, there's a dead sheep in the head of a kid in a hieroglyph that's 1,300 BC. Zach's got a picture for you right now of a big giant dead sheep that's a bunch of little boy angels coming into the mouth of a serpent. Now let's flip that picture, and Zach's going to show you all these pictures. But now look, guys, look at this. What? That's a serpent eating the sheep and me. And then look, he made my eyes close.
They're toast. They're in so much shit. For those of y'all that are the serpent race, y'all know how much shit y'all are in? Oh my goodness. I know you're probably thinking, no, you're the one that's in shit. No, not really. Anyway, here we go. How crazy.
Closed on purpose. Okay. And then a set of eyes that are open. You got two good eyes, but you still don't see. So we've established male and female. So we're getting to the punchline, guys. We're getting to the punchline that male and female are a race. I'm showing you a serpent crawling down the side of that girl's head. There's the eye, the nose, and I'm going to back up and show you her closed eyes.
Pause that. I mean, do you know how crazy this one is? This is this guy named Carlos that was over at the shop, this guy's vinyl shop. And when I was able to point this out, I'm looking you in the eye. When I pointed out what he had done, he drew that. It was hanging on the wall. And I said, who did that? And he goes, I did. And he was all up in my grill. And I said, you mind if I see it? I photocopied it right in front of him. And I drew it. And I go, why'd you do this? Why'd you draw yourself in there? And he had a freaking meltdown, panic attack. He was whimpering like a dog. What am I supposed to do? I was like, dude, cry out to Jesus, because he was taken by the serpent race. That's why he drew this. That's why he drew a snake coming out of this girl's head. I mean, who does that kind of thing?
Because the guy that drew it was simply that female energy serpent hunting. And that's a girl, so let me show you the disparity. How is that possible, Johnny? I thought you said the serpent was a girl. It is. But it's energy, so get ready. Okay, guys, so like I've been telling you guys, the Matthew 16, upon this.
We're having a little glitch. I'm going to see if I can just pause this for just a moment. Let's see if we can make this work. Okay, guys, give me 1 second.
This rock, I will build my church. Jesus is the Petra, the foundation that is up. Okay,
wow,
Peter was crucified. Jesus knew he would be crucified upside down. But he had the keys to the kingdom of heaven. Do you get it? So you can put the key in the lock, turn it upside down, and the door opens. Do you understand the door? I'll go into a whole thing about that on another video. But you basically pivot off the middle, and then boom, the two become one. Okay, now look down here. This is the hendecagram. It's called the kelipot. It represents the peel hellers. I'm sorry, gotta slow down. The peel, the husk, or the shell, it is inherently evil, and it's housing the essence of holiness, which is the star in the middle. That's your angelic essence. And it's going to take the two different essence, the twin female system, and destroy you while it goes on this opposite path from back to back to face, and the two become one. Right here, by the end of that cycle, if you haven't been converted, the whole human race converts to something else, which is twin female energy, like a double a double lizard, you know, instead of a lizard and a sheep.
And that's the beast being unleashed.
Double lizard. And all for those of us that have been converted and we've been turned up, we're like double sheep. We're princes that have been redoubled. Our eyes have been restored and we're back to our Father and we're like redoubled as a sheep. Okay, now again, that's Satan's system. That's why Baphomet has male and female genitalia, and he's sitting here hovering above it. And if you'll look at the energy, see the energy, look, it's coming out of the center of the hendecagram, which is where the star is. That's the angelic essence. That's your little piece of the Lord God. And
so they're burning the angel as fuel in the center. That's what this is all about.
And they're burning it, burning, man. This is spirit cooking because you have a superhuman angel demon system, you know, going opposite directions. They're in opposition, so it's burning up that battery in the middle. And by the time it gets to the end, the entire system has drained the entire battery of the world. But that goes on inside every single human being. So anyway, so I want you to understand that male is up, female is upside down, and that's the female energy is upside down, male's right side up, and that's the essence that they're trying to destroy. Okay, now let's go over to this little book. I gotta give you guys this insane testimony. So Zach, this has been going on for like the last 48 hours more or less.
Yes.
And then last night was the explosion.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So this room, we're just trying to make this room a way to deliver this information to you. And I got the big light board, the original, and I got all this stuff. And I said, you know what, I'm going to put it in here so I can show this to everybody. And while I was doing that, you see this thing right here? This is just some cheesy little metal, you know, holder for all this kind of paper stuff. And I thought, you know, I'm going to take that out of the house. I'm going to bring it out here and put it in a corner so I can fill it with this kind of stuff and just make it real easy to show you guys. Okay, guys, because of that, this book.
Here, guys, bear with me again. This is crazy.
To you, and I got the big light board, the original, and I got all this stuff, and I said, you know what, I'm going to put it in here so I can show this to everybody. And while I was doing that, you see this thing right here? This is just some cheesy little metal, you know, holder for all this kind of paper stuff. And I thought, you know, I'm going to take that out of the house. I'm going to bring it out here and put it in a corner so I can fill it with this kind of stuff and just make it real easy to show you guys. Okay, guys, because of that, this book pops out. And I was just like, oh, wow, I remember this book. It's called A Child is Born, I think. And a long time ago, the Lord showed me this book and gave me this book. I want to remind you, you see those serpents, all three with their mouths open from the hieroglyph over there? I'm going to move this and show you. You see the upside down?
Wow, here it comes again. Crazy.
See those serpents, all three with their mouths open from the hieroglyph over there? I'm going to move this and show you. You see the upside down head of what looks like a snake? See that, the head of a snake, and it's like it's upside down? Do y'all know what that is? That's the stages of the fetus. That's a human fetus. Hands, foot, face. Yeah, it's like, wait. Okay, hang on, Zach. Okay, guys, so I was showing you the head of that. The, you know, kid looks like a serpent, doesn't it? Well, when I found this book, I went, oh, wow, and I heard the Lord tell me to pay attention. In my spirit, it was like, pay attention. Well, I turned from that page, and it opened up to this page. Okay, guys, let me get the camera for a sec. Everything this guy I know, Jonathan Kleck, has been telling you about parthenogenesis, about the female and the male being in opposition to each other, like the female is the serpent race and the male is the angelic race. The female is represented by a serpent, the male is represented by a sheep. How many times have I shown you those images? Zach, show them all the images now, you know, all the downtown Grand Junction, all the images of sheep that are being consumed by serpents, whether or not it's a Vatican altar or a downtown Grand Junction.
So that was the downtown Grand Junction. It's a girl hugging a guy. It's a serpent
You know,
killing a
statue,
sheep.
whether or not it's my own wife given me a card that's a serpent eating a sheep.
That's a card my wife gave me. It's really a serpent eating a sheep.
Or people drawing images of serpents eating sheep and handing them to me. Whatever it is, just kind of plug some of those in. And then you
Wow. Okay. Huh. I'm not sure what happened. Here we go again. It's just more. Okay, let's keep
have a
going.
card that's a serpent eating a sheep, or people.
So here is a card that was given to me by my wife. It's the same thing as the Vatican. It's a serpent eating a sheep. It's the same thing as a hieroglyph of Akhenaten and Nefertiti. It's exactly what the Bible says. This is the Bible made manifest. You're looking at the Bible manifesting and the Word of God. This is called a confirming witness. Look at this. That's a serpent eating a sheep. I love you in Christ, but that's what it is.
People drawing images of serpents eating sheep and handing them to me. Whatever it is, just kind of plug some of those in. And then you.
And there you have a tattoo on a guy's back of an angel and a demon yoked together, but the whole thing's a sheep. See, the whole thing's a sheep. There's a sheep that's also a serpent strangling a sheep. There's a picture of me that was done by Alex. It's a serpent eating a sheep. That's an angel kissing a woman. It's a serpent eating a sheep. It's always the same. There's a dead sheep. There's the dad, the serpent being eating the sheep. There's the virgin upside down. It's a dead sheep. There's a raptor. Turn it upside down. It's got a sheep in its mouth. There's like Cain and Abel. Cain is a serpent race. Abel's a sheep race. There's a Zoomies bag from the mall. It's a like
and
a.
then you have Barack Obama in his presidential portrait that is a T-Rex, and it's crapping out the tongue of a sheep, and it's also a giant serpent, head of a serpent. Okay, guys.
I'm gonna go back to the Barack Obama thing just very, very quickly. So the Zoomies bag is unbelievable.
Then you have Barack Obama.
So here's the head of the T-Rex. There's the eye of the T-Rex. You're going to see obviously more of this, but here's the open mouth, and here's the head of the sheep right here. There's the eye of the sheep. There's the tongue of the sheep, but the whole thing becomes the body of a T-Rex. Like here's the head, here's the back of the body, and the T-Rex is crapping out the tongue of a sheep. Do you know how evil this entity is that's hunting us to make a picture like that? Do you know how fucking wicked that is? I'm sorry. Everyone's like, did Jonathan just say, yeah, I did. It is as freaking wicked as it comes. I'm sorry. That's just evil. That's just plain evil. Kehinde Wiley is an evil guy. He's the one that did it. And he even said he likes to put sperm in his paintings to take little shots at masculinity. You know what's crazy? There's female sperm. There's male sperm. I'll say it again. A female sperm. What's in sperm? A light. What's the light that's in that sperm? Black light. If the light in you be darkness, how great is the darkness? And I'm going to show you right now a little thing with the black light. You ready? You want to see this? Okay. This is a surprise that blew my mind. Ready? Let me see if I can show this to you real quick. You're going to have to look at it in the reflection behind me. Okay, watch this, guys. Okay. Let's see if you guys can see it. Let's see. I don't know if it's going to allow you to see it. You know what? I have it on that's all right. I have it on a little video clip. I'll show it to you in a minute. All these lights turn on. They turn on red. They turn on white in a triangular shape. Red triangular, white triangular, green triangular. When it turns blue, it turns upside down blue triangular. I'll show it to you in a minute. Okay, here we go. Okay. Let's keep going.
In his presidential portrait, that is a T-Rex, and it's crapping out the tongue of a sheep, and it's also a giant serpent, head of a serpent. Okay, guys. Male is angelic and it's represented by a sheep. You've seen all these sheep, right? What's happening to all the sheep? Zach, what's happening to all the sheep?
They're being consumed by the serpent race.
And the serpents, what's happening with the serpent? It's consuming, and every time it's killing what? Sheep. And the female is the serpent, and the sheep is the angelic. And now I happen to open up to this that I haven't seen in years, and the Lord tells me to pay attention. Let's go over to this. Can you see it? Okay.
Okay, you must pay attention right now. This is the Lord communicating to a servant. Everything I showed you is right. Here's a piece of the puzzle that will solidify everything. Imagine a guy ejaculating into a girl, and the sperm that reaches her egg first is a female sperm. A female sperm. Or a male sperm. Did y'all know that there was a girl sperm and a guy sperm? Did you know female sperm don't swim as fast as male sperm? Did you know male sperm swim faster, but they're not as long, they don't survive as long? That a female sperm survives longer on the journey to penetrate the ovum? Did you know that? I took biology in college and I did not know that. And I found out tonight, the Lord showed me. Watch, and I'll show it to you. Now you know.
And I look at it, and it says boy or girl, and it said the child's sex is determined at the moment of conception. If a Y sperm is the first to reach the ovum, which is always has an X chromosome, the new individual will have the combination XY and the 23rd pair of chromosomes and become a boy. That's if there's a Y sperm. And then it says when the X sperm, instead, the combination XX arrives and the child will be a girl. Okay, now I'm going to pause for a moment. I took college biology.
Okay, I'm going to pause that. Let me go to the folder and show you a couple things that are mind-blowing. Okay, remember I told you about I showed you the hendecagram with male red, female triangle blue facing down. Let me show you a couple pictures from Google Images. The sim of human sperm, male and female types photographed. Male in red, female blue. Huh. Let's take another look at something else. What is the difference between X and Y sperm? Well, here's an X sperm. See the X on it? And here's a Y sperm. Just sit there and take a moment now. Sit there and take a moment. That's an X sperm. Do you know what's on Obama's freaking forehead? Is a serpent's fang that is a sperm. A serpent's fang. So the bite of the serpent is a sperm. That's what's going to destroy the sheep race. The serpent biting the sheep race, think about it, is the sperm. That's why Obama has a serpent's fang that turns into a sperm. And his hair, where it meets his forehead, turns into a serpent eating a smaller sperm. So the female sperm is eating the male sperm. Female entity eating male. I will arise above the stars of hell. I will breed worms. I will breed worms in the flesh above the princes of El, the Almighty God, because they took the bait and they came into the host body system. I told you so. The Lord showed me, and it's proven now. Look at that. X sperm, Y sperm. Did you know there's a difference in the swimming speed? I was like, what? Yeah, let me just go there real quick. Hang on. I'm sorry. I got a couple other images. I'm not sure. Hang on. The Y sperm moves faster but dies more quickly. So Africa check. Y sperm, which will cause the fetus to be genetically male, move faster but also die faster. The X sperm, it claims knowing this and having sex. No, that's that you can't determine the sex of your kid. That's nonsense. It's long been thought that Y chromosomes, sperm with Y chromosomes or boy sperm. Look what you're reading. A sperm with Y chromosomes or boy sperm swim faster than sperm with X chromosomes, which is known as girl sperm. Now you know why Obama has a serpent fang that's a sperm on his head, on his presidential portrait. This is a fact. You could go into a court of law, put the poster up and say, is this or is this not? They could say, oh, that's what you want to see. But I have a supernatural gift. It's not what I want to see. It's what the Lord God is showing us. There you go. Now, ready? Let's continue. Ready? Let's continue. Here we go. Okay, where's our movie? There we go. Let's go.
Chemistry, physics, calculus, and I was in hardcore science at A&M. And I never in a million years considered that the male sperm wasn't just XY in its entirety. Did you guys know that there's a sperm that's a female sperm? Did you know there's a sperm that is
That would be the female sperm would be the serpent race. The male sperm would be the angelic race.
Male sperm? I was like, am I reading this right? I went online. Absolutely correct. A female sperm is a female sperm. A male sperm is a male sperm. Some people have a lot more female sperm than male sperm, but if you have a sperm that's X, what is that X? It's a serpent race. It's their little black light. It's their light that's them. So what's in that sperm, the light that's in them, let the light in you be darkness, how great is the darkness? Did you see the little video clip about all the triangles on that light I showed you? Everything was right side up except when it got to blue, it turned it upside down. Everything I've shown you, the hendecagram, red right side up, blue upside down. It's manifesting in the manufacture of lights.
Let me see if I can show that to you real quick. Guys, remember the soul of the BMW commercial? We'll watch it right after this. It's blue, and it turns the guy and the girl upside down from being red to blue, to female. X, female, demonic. Watch this. Here we go. Ready?
Manifest what the system is. That's what Jesus was
This is the light that I wanted you to see, but watch this.
telling us when he said you can tell every tree by its fruit. Well, we're the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And if someone's been converted, you can tell.
It's crazy how we're coming under all this attack.
Like Zach.
Oh my gosh, guys. Bear with me, guys. We'll get it. It's crazy. All the programs are malfunctioning. Oh my gosh.
Zach and Corey and I mean, if I sit around with someone and I talk to them for a little while and they answer some questions, some stuff, you talk about, I can ascertain pretty quickly what somebody's about.
Okay, let's get to the lighting. Let's just get to it.
Green, red, and blue.
Okay.
The blue they call it.
Look at the triangular light. It's in a triangle shape. There's white, green, red, and blue. But look at the pictures. Every orientation's the same. White, green, red, and blue. Look right here. Now watch what happens. Watch
black
this.
light, black strobe. The system. You don't want to see something crazy?
Watch.
Just crazy. Okay, Zach, I'm going to change this light, and I'm going to put it down here. And then, okay, you guys can see that I'm going to press this button and turn it on. You'll see the reflection right here in the, can you see it in the light right there?
Yep.
In that strip. So y'all see the 3 red dots that make a red up triangle. Now watch this. Now it's a green up triangle. Now watch this. It's down.
That's
blue. Now watch this. And it's the white one's up. That's insane. The only one that's down is blue. Look at this. Red strobe, green strobe, blue. That's insane. So the system itself.
Do you understand how insane that is? The hendecagram is red up, blue down. In a light that's, but see, I see this stuff all the time. Let's watch the commercial right now. Watch. Let's drive this point home. So let's watch this commercial. We'll watch the BMW commercial. See, this is all about getting your soul, guys. The soul of the BMW. Watch.
The soul of BMW.
Look at the half and
Where will
half.
you find it? Here? Here? Or here?
About that was my mistake, but you see the car going around the bend? It's a U. They're turning like, you get it? Like bowing down. Now watch. Sorry, one more time. Here we go. Watch. Where will you find the soul of a BMW?
The soul of BMW. Where will you find it? Here? Here? Or here? Here? What about here? Or maybe here?
Okay, right? Here's where you got to pay attention. It says here, look, guy and the girl sitting here like the system. In the image of Elohim created him, male and female. Here, now watch.
And what about here?
Turns the red upside down from male and female together to look, female.
Yes.
There it is. They're stealing our souls, guys. That's what their whole thing is. They use the female to do it. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. Okay, you know what? You saw this already? Let's go back to our other one. Let's go back to one moment. All right, guys, here we go. Watch.
It's considered that the male sperm wasn't just XY in its entirety. Did you guys know that there's a sperm that's a female sperm? Did you know there's a sperm that is a male sperm? I was like, am I reading this right? I went online. Absolutely correct. A female sperm is a female sperm. A male sperm is a male sperm. Some people have a lot more females.
Wow, this is crazy. Look at the attacks. Just hold on, guys. Let me just try and fix it again.
Absolutely correct. A female sperm is a female sperm. A male sperm is a male sperm. Some people have a lot more female sperm than male sperm, but if you have a sperm that's X, what is that X? It's a serpent race. It's their little black light. It's their light that's them. So what's in that sperm, the light that's in them, let the light in you be darkness, how great is the darkness? Did you see the little video clip about all the triangles on that light I showed you? Everything was right side up except when it got to blue, it turned it upside down. Everything I've shown you, the hendecagram, red right side up, blue upside down. It's manifesting in the manufacture of lights that I was going to use in my yard for Christmas. It manifests everywhere. We see it everywhere. But it's manifesting right here on Barack Obama. And Zach's going to plug in all these images right now so you can see just what a serpent this is.
God, look at this. Y'all see the big head of the serpent right here? Obviously, there's the eye coming down. See this dark line coming down to the nose? Here's the open mouth. Here's the fang of the serpent. And then it turns a tail right here and becomes a sperm. Goes all the way down to here. Then I'm going to show you all the other parts. Just keep watching.
And you can see the angular motion of the serpent's head coming down. And this is the fang of the serpent right here. That is a fang of a snake. A serpent, a fang. But look, it turns. Do you need to come a little closer, Zach?
Yeah, maybe a touch.
Watch out for this chair. You see it turn right at the corner of his eye, and look, it comes down. And I was like, why is there a sperm on his face that is the fang of a serpent? Now, just go type.
Because the serpent's bite in the garden was a sperm. Okay. Oh, God, I hope this doesn't freeze. Okay, let's pause this. The serpent's bite was a sperm. Okay, the serpent's bite was a sperm, you guys. Hopefully this is going to work.
Into Google Images, serpent bite liquor or alcohol. They have all this, you know, you can go find serpent's bite, and it literally is a sperm in advertising for alcohol. But that is a sperm that is a fang of a serpent. The other fang is made by the shadow, because these guys, the serpent race, is the shadow. Now, here's what's crazy. Right up here, when you look right up here on the side of his head, now I've colored this in so it's hard to see here. Zach's gonna plug this in.
So look at the other sperm right here. So here's the big fang right here. See the big fang? Look at this hairline. Look at this ridge. This is not right. But that becomes the bottom jaw of a serpent, and the sperm. See this sperm right here? The smaller sperm is being eaten by this serpent. Watch, it's crazy.
I got very clear images and I worked on it several times. This whole thing right here, the side of Barack Obama's head, turns into a serpent consuming a much smaller sperm than this sperm, because the serpent sperm,
Look, there's serpent bite alcohol. It's also a sperm. See it? This is called serpent's bite. This is an alcohol brand. And look, so you see the owl, the eye and the beak of the owl? Well, forget about the owl. Just look at this U right here. And then it becomes a sperm. And it's going for the apple. And they worked in Molech into here. And they worked in the head of a snake with fangs. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. So the serpent's bite in the garden was the impregnation with the serpent sperm. That was the serpent bite. The impregnation of Eve with Cain. There you go. That's absolute guaranteed. The impregnation of Eve with the sperm that was Cain. Cain was of the evil one. Abel was of Adam, Adamic. Now you know. Now we know. Look at this. We know. Dude, we know.
is consuming the other sperm, and because the serpent right here is eating the little sperm.
Look.
Zach's gonna plug that in right now. And I was always wondering, why is it there? Why does it have that? Because one race will consume the other race. The female serpent race consumes the sheep race. That's why there's a big dead sheep here. Let's go over here, Zach. Okay, check it out. Let me get a piece of paper to slide up in here. Watch this. So here is, let me get these out of the way. Let's go right here. Okay, can you zero in on that T-Rex? Y'all see the T-Rex right there? That is absolutely a T-Rex. I love you in Christ. If you don't see it, then I would submit you're probably attached to it. Let me throw some white paper behind it. Now do you see a T-Rex with very white teeth? There's a T-Rex with white teeth and white horns above his eye. Okay, now I'm going to take the T-Rex and I'm going to put it right where it goes. Let's see, right. Let's see. Hang on one second.
Goodness gracious. We're almost there, guys. Guys, bear with me, man. I'm trying to get this to you. I'm under massive equipment attack. Our power went out. I mean, what the hell's going on? This is crazy. Our internet went out. It's like, okay. I had backup, so I was ready. Let's go.
Zach. There we go. Hello. Moment.
There it is.
Got
Yeah.
it. See it? It's on,
Look
right?
at that.
Okay, so there is a T-Rex, Tyrant Lizard King. By the way, that's a relatively new term, the word dinosaur. It used to be called dragon. Now, here is another T-Rex with its mouth open. Right up here, Zach, the eye is blue.
Oh my gosh, dude. I haven't had this many attacks on one video ever. I mean, I lost another video, an hour worth of video earlier tonight, but this is ridiculous, you guys. Okay, here we go. Let's try it.
I'm going to move this, and I'm going to move this, and I'm going to take this, and I'm going to go over here and look at this, guys. There is a double T-Rex.
Now, let me tell you what that symbolizes. You know how the Twin Towers became the One World Freedom Tower? We remember, we rebuild, we come back stronger, build back better. Nancy Pelosi, y'all are a bunch of reptiles. Shit. No doubt about it. Y'all are the reptile race. No doubt about it. There you go. Build back better. There you go. That's what build back better is right there. You're looking at it.
Facing one direction. Do you know why? It represents the serpent race has taken over the sheep race, redoubling itself, so that it's been redoubled. And this is their leader. And look at this over here.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy, dude. This is nuts. Look at this. This is one after the other. Stop.
Show you a sheep. Here is the T-Rex, and here's the sheep. There's the eye of the sheep. I'm going to show you the ear of the sheep so it's easier to perceive. So here's the eye, here's the ear, and here is the bottom jaw. Ready? You see the sheep? So the T-Rex is crapping out the tongue of the dead sheep. Anakin's a freaking dead sheep with his tongue sticking.
Do you know why? Because they're saying they've eaten all the sheep, so the sheep always has a tongue sticking out. Like the pictures they drew of me with the dead sheep with the tongue sticking out. The Vatican's a sheep with the tongue sticking out. The downtown Grand Junction, sheep with its tongue sticking out. I mean, my God. And then Obama's presidential portrait is a T-Rex crapping out a sheep's tongue. Fuck. I'm sorry. It's like, you guys are some evil mofos, dude. It's so crazy. All right, here we go. Let's keep going. All right.
Out. The kid in the hieroglyph is a sheep with his tongue sticking out. Pictures of me are sheep with its tongue sticking out. Do you understand? So there's a consciousness that's hunting a consciousness, and it's a serpent female consciousness hunting male energy consciousness throughout the system. And the only way out of the trap is to turn back to the Lord your God from heaven. That's why he came into the system in the likeness of sinful flesh. There it is. Okay, guys, we got to charge the battery. We're going to take a little time out.
Oh my God.
Like dog.
Mary Jane's a man in a mask. Another man from another place. The feet of a strange woman because she's from him. Elohim created man in his own image. In the image of Elohim created he him. Male and female created he them. That's why they're opening up the Rabibi prison, male and female prison complex with a snake. Now they're naked. How do y'all like it? How do y'all like being naked? Costume's the most important part. Shut up, John Cena, you dork. All right, all glory to the King. All glory to the Lord God. All glory to the King. Now you know what's going on. Yep, there's a female sperm and there's a male sperm. Female race, serpent race, and angelic. Told you. All glory to God. All right. There it is. Okay. That's it. Let's see. Oh my goodness.